Are you feeling sleepy and ready for a story? Good. Let's travel together in our minds, way up, 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 high above the fluffy clouds to a magical land called Aerthos. Now, in Aerthos, the ground isn't solid like it is here. Instead, lovely little islands just float gently in the sky, kind of like sleepy boats on a big, calm ocean. And connecting all these islands are bridges made of pure rainbow light, shimmering with every color you can imagine. In this quiet, peaceful land, there lived a little wind weaver, and her name was Elara. Her job was to greet the morning breezes and hum soft, sleepy songs into the air for everyone to enjoy.
The homes in Aerthos weren't made of wood or stone. Oh no, they were much, much softer. Everyone lived inside giant, fluffy dandelion seeds, you see, and they were as soft and white as a brand new pillow. Whenever it was time to visit a friend, the people of Aerthos would just take a little gentle leap, and they would glide so gracefully from one dandelion home to another, just like a feather floating on a soft breeze.
Right in the very heart of Aerthos, watching over everything, stood the great clock tower. It didn't make a loud ticking sound like the clocks we know. No, instead, its huge crystal face just hummed a gentle, peaceful song. And that song? Well, that was the rhythm of Aerthos. It told the sleepy flowers when it was time to open up to the sun, it guided the clouds on their slow, dreamy dance across the sky, and it would whisper to the moon when it was time to come out and sprinkle the night with starlight. Everything there was in perfect, gentle harmony.
But our little wind weaver, Elara, she had a secret. It was a secret she found one quiet afternoon up in a dusty, forgotten attic. Sunbeams were shining through the window, making all the little bits of dust dance in the air like tiny fairies. And there, tucked away in a corner, she saw a small box covered in soft, dark velvet. And as she opened it, a warm, gentle light just glowed from inside. Inside that box was a beautiful little top made from shimmering gold and a milky white moonstone. When Elara picked it up, it wasn't cold like you'd expect. It actually felt warm in her hands, almost like it was alive and humming with its own tiny, secret heartbeat. You see, this was no ordinary toy. It was a memory top, a little piece of magic that could gently turn back time.
So, if Elara made a little mistake, like maybe stumbling on the soft stairs of her dandelion home, she didn't have to worry. She would just take out the warm little top, pull back its tiny lever, and let it spin. And as it spun, with a soft whirring sound, a beautiful golden light would swirl all around her. And just like that, time would gently rewind just for a minute or two. And suddenly, she'd be standing right at the top of the stairs again, perfectly safe and sound. Any little mistake could be gently erased, making all her days feel just perfect.
One day, the most wonderful time of the whole year arrived in Aerthos. It was the Starseed Festival, and on this very special day, the sky would fill with thousands upon thousands of tiny, glittering seeds, all falling so softly from above, like a shower of gentle stars. Everyone in Aerthos would glide through the air, with their hands stretched out, trying to catch the magical, glowing seeds. That day was the happiest day Elara had ever had. She ate her very favorite treat, a warm cloudberry pie. She wove the most beautiful, joyful melody she had ever made into the wind, and she glided through the air just laughing as she caught 7 of the brightest, most beautiful star seeds. It was, in every single way, a perfect day.
But when she woke up the next morning, the festival was over. The air was quiet again, the sky was a calm, peaceful blue, and it was lovely. But Elara's heart missed the magic of yesterday. She missed the taste of the pie and the feel of the star seeds in her hand. And then a little idea popped into her head. What if she could have her perfect day just one more time?
So she tiptoed up to the attic and gently took the memory top from its velvet box. Holding it very carefully in both hands, she pulled the tiny lever back and back, all the way back. This time, she wasn't setting the top for just a minute or two. She was setting it for a whole day, for 24 hours, to take her right back to the beginning of the wonderful festival.
A soft whirring sound filled the air. The world outside her window became a soft golden blur. The moon drifted backwards across the sky. The stars untwinkled, and the sun rose in reverse, until everything returned to the morning before.
And then everything was still. Elara opened her eyes,
She was tucked safely in her bed, and outside her window, the gentle bells of the festival were just beginning to ring. It had worked! A happy little giggle escaped from her. She was going to live her perfect day all over again.
And she did. She ate the very same delicious pie, she wove the very same lovely melody, and she caught the very same 7-star seeds. It was just wonderful. So wonderful, in fact, that when she woke up the next morning, she did it again, and then again, and again. In the end, Elara lived her perfect day 10 times.
But on the 10th time, something felt different. The cloudberry pie was still sweet, but it didn't taste quite as exciting. The star seeds still glowed, but their light seemed a little dimmer now. She knew exactly what song she would weave and exactly which seed she would catch next. That happy little gasp of surprise was gone. And without the surprise, the joy just felt smaller.
As the 10th festival day came to an end, Elara sat quietly, holding the warm little top in her hands. A question whispered in her heart. Why does something so perfect stop feeling special? She wondered. If it's my happiest day, why doesn't living it forever make me happy?
With this gentle puzzle in her mind, she knew just who she had to ask. She decided to visit the wisest person in all of Aerthos, the kind keeper of the great clock tower, the Time Master.
Inside the tower, the air just hummed with a soft, glowing light from the giant crystal gears turning so slowly and peacefully. The Time Master was a very old man with kind eyes that twinkled like faraway stars. Elara showed him the top. I relived my perfect day, she whispered. But now it doesn't make me happy anymore. Why is that? The Time Master smiled, a smile as slow and gentle as a sunrise. His voice was calm and rhythmic, just like the soft hum of the clock tower itself. Ah, little weaver, he said so kindly. A beautiful song is special because it has a beginning and an end. A memory is so precious because it happens just once.
He pointed a gentle finger toward the floating rainbow bridges. Time is like one of those bridges, Elara. It is made for walking forward. It's wonderful to look back at the beautiful colors you have already crossed, but you can't live on the red or the yellow part forever, because if you do, you will never discover all the new, beautiful colors that are waiting for you up ahead.
Even a little mistake, the Time Master continued softly, is just one little note in time's beautiful song. The most perfect day isn't a yesterday that you can repeat. No, the most perfect day is always tomorrow, because it's a secret, full of wonderful surprises that you haven't discovered yet.
Elara listened to his words, and a feeling of peace just washed right over her. She finally understood. She thanked the Time Master and glided slowly back to her soft dandelion home, holding the memory top so gently in her hands. She still loved it, because it had taught her such an important lesson. She went up to the quiet attic, and she placed the warm little top back into its velvet box, and she closed the lid. She tucked it away in the deepest corner, behind some old memories, and decided to just let it rest there. The very next morning, as she was making her way downstairs, her foot slipped, and she tumbled gently onto a step. Oops, she said, rubbing her knee. For just a second, she thought of the top, but then a small, real smile spread across her face. This little stumble was new. It wasn't perfect, and that's exactly what made it special. It was part of today.
She stood up and looked out the window with the brand new day. She didn't know exactly what was going to happen. Maybe she would weave a new melody, or taste a new kind of skyberry, or maybe even meet a new friend. Not knowing, well, that was the most exciting feeling of all. It made her wonder, what surprises will tomorrow bring?
And now, it's time to sleep. Good night, little Elara. Sweet dreams. And good night to you. May you have wonderful, peaceful dreams of all the beautiful surprises that tomorrow will bring just for you. Sleep well.